Hi, David Berniker with Genesis Access DB Experts, and today we're going to talk about tables and some of the practices and conventions we use on tables. So in front of me we have an inventory table. It has a primary key, part of a category. This is for a coffee company. Part number, description, unit to measure, unit price, a few other fields here. And this is a good representative of different field types and different things we do with them. Now, if you look here, right up here, if you look here, you'll see something is wrong, and this is it. And I'll tell you soon why. So I'm going to go into Design View, and at tables, we keep the primary key right on top, and it's generally an auto number and has the table name, inventory, and ID. And any foreign key would be right after it and have ID in it too. In this case, it's the categories. And the thing that's wrong with that is there is no caption. So first thing is, because field names have no spaces and such, they don't make for good database names. So every time we put a caption, and the caption is what's going to show up if you wizard it or use the data sheet view. So virtually every field name has a caption on it. Second thing is required. So most of the time in an inventory list or any feeder list, most fields are required. Part number, description, if people leave them out, creates problems. So we set the required to yes and that's a judgment call, but usually in feeder lists, they're pretty much all set to yes. The next thing I would say is like default values, which you don't fill in all the time, but when some value occurs 70-80% of the time, and it's not critical that the user actively put it in there, like a default country or province, then we'll put the default value because it saves everybody a lot of work. In general, for text fields, we keep the 255 limit. At this point, we don't have too many speed or performance issues, so there's not that much need to trim things down. When databases become big and slow, we are more meticulous in trimming them down. So we've covered. Now the next thing I want to cover is the notion that when you have calculations, they should always be brought as far back in the database as possible. They shouldn't be in a report or a form directly, because then if you use that calculation over and over, it's hard to access. So bringing it back in the first stage means putting it in the query or in a function. But when your calculation can be derived from the fields in the table, since Access 2016, the best place to put it is in a calculated field. And that way you can draw on it anytime and you can use it more easily throughout the database. So we have these calculated fields, and then there's this notion of bring the thing back to the query in the table as far back as you can. So the last thing I want to talk about in terms of tables is combo boxes. So we use combo boxes often to select items from a list, and they usually refer to another table that stores the list. So in this case, category is a combo box. Just put it up here. It has different values that are sorted alphabetically, and it makes it easy for someone just to enter the first letter and press tab.